Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Just thought I'd return to you for this Tuesday album review for Ice Nine Kills. Safe is Just a Shadow, I believe, for season 7, episode 14. So I hope you will enjoy this 2010 album that I got a chance to listen to for their second studio album in their discography. And yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts on Safe is Just a Shadow in its entirety of believe it's like 35 minutes or something like that. It's a pretty short record. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with Proximity Minds in the Complex, which is a very strong track. I really enjoyed Spencer Charnas and Dave's singing through most of this track. This is the last record with Dave Steinberg or whatever his name is. His last name. He had the more higher pitch vocals. So when I looked into more of their discography, I noticed that Spencer Charnas didn't do a lot of singing in this entire record, but he did do some backup singing from time to time. But overall, Proximity Minds in the Complex is a 5 out of 5. Very strong track. Definitely recommend this song as the opening, because it's the opening track on the Safe is Just a Shadow 2010 album. So Buildings Burn, People Die is the next track, and yeah, the title alone is kind of fucked up. But overall, the drumming and guitar work in this is really amazing. And so is Spencer Charnas and Dave singing. So both their harmonizing and their screaming vocals do very well in this track, and I'd give it a 5 out of 5 as well. Another great track. The next track actually made me laugh a little. Chris Brown's latest hit, which is kind of fucked up, but I'm not gonna shit on them for that. It's kind of laughable because Chris Brown has made hits, but at the same time, let's not get into that. But other than that, this track was a banger. I really enjoyed this one with Spencer Charnas' screaming vocals and backing vocals along with Dave's high-pitched singing. It did very well for the execution, so it's another 5 out of 5. Newton's Third Law of Knives to the Back is a solid track. I mean, the singing got a little bit ear-grating at times with Dave singing, but it wasn't terrible. It still was solid. But I think this one didn't execute to my avail of being impressive, so it's another 4.75 out of 5 for this one. I didn't hate it, but I didn't feel like I connected with it too much with how it was sounding, mixing and production wise. So This Is My Future is the next track. And it's another solid one, too. I'd give it a 4.75 out of 5. I think Spencer Charnas is singing and the screaming vocals from him, along with how the track sounds with Dave's singing and all that, does very well. So it's a 4.75 out of 5 for this one. I think this track's solid, but sorry, my dog is whining a lot. It's just a solid track to get you through the record. Acceptance in the Waves is a pretty good one. I really enjoyed this one for how it sounded. I'd give it a 5 out of 5 as well. I think with how Spencer Charnas sings it and screams it too, along with Dave singing in the background, does very well for the execution. So really digging this track. It's a 5 out of 5. Then it closes it out, the Acceptance in the Waves, going into Red Sky Warning, which is a pretty cool way to introduce that track from the end of Acceptance in the Waves going into Red Sky Warning. And I really enjoyed this one too. It's another 5 out of 5. Another great track and definitely a banger on this record. So 5 out of 5. The People Under the Stairs is a pretty strong track. I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this. I think this was a single for the record, if I'm not mistaken. It's a 5 out of 5 for sure. Spencer Charnas' singing in this is pretty strong, and the execution of the melody and production of this track, even with Dave's backing vocals, do very well. So another 5 out of 5. The Greatest Story Ever Told is a very strong track too. It's a little lengthy of a track, but it does work for the execution. So it's another 5 out of 5. I enjoyed Dave's singing. I enjoyed the screaming moments from Spencer. It was mostly Spencer singing this track, but it does work for the execution, so 5 out of 5. And finally, the closing track, Evidence on Fire, is a banger. I really enjoyed this one. It was such a great way to close out this record, even with Dave's backing vocals and the screaming moments and singing moments from Spencer do very well and blend together with this track to make it quite a remarkable track to close out this record. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Ice Nine Kills Safe is Just a Shadow for the Tuesday album review is a really good record, by the way. It's another great follow-up to the last record. And I really enjoyed how it sounded execution-wise with the production and mixing. So, yeah, very strong record. A few songs I had critiques about, but nothing to the extent where I thought this was terrible. So if I were to give Ice Nine Kills Safe is Just a Shadow a score, I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. A great record. Highly recommend you check this release out if you have not listened to it. Their 2010 album, Safe is Just a Shadow by Ice Nine Kills. So yeah, very strong record. 9.5 out of 10 for Ice Nine Kills Safe is Just a Shadow. Thanks for watching this album review this afternoon.